Hey, what's up guys, this is LJ here with the patch 3.10, the mid lane tier list. Going right into the tier list, and this is in order guys, so our number one guy, our mid tier 1 is Kassadin. Kassadin is the best mid lane right now. He has amazing roam, he scales harder than most other mid laners, and unlike other mid laners, if you actually get behind on him early, because he kind of has a weak laning phase and you just kind of basically want to get to level 6, you're still okay. You can still get back in the game and you can still carry. He has probably the highest carry potential out of all mid laners, so that's what you want in solo queue. Somebody that you can carry with. Right behind Kassadin at number 2 we have Twisted Fate. The global pressure from his ultimate is really strong. It's going to be able to turn enemy jungle ganks. It's able to turn even fights. If there's an even fight 1v1 on top lane, you're going to ult up there and you're just going to be able to change it. So being able to do that in solo queue is really strong. He actually also has a strong laning phase. He scales pretty well into late game. He has infinite mana with his blue card, which is really nice. And he has a very high potential to carry the game. At number 3 we have Zed. He wins almost every 1v1 mid lane, and that's really strong. If you're able to zone out the other mid laner from taking farm or just being able to lane with you, then that's really going to have an impact on the game, and that's really good. He scales well into late game. He's pretty much your AD carry killer. He's just going to be able to dive into the other team and take out AD carry. Even if he goes 1 for 1, taking out the AD carry is something that your other mid laner is going to wish that he was able to do as well. He's easy to farm with also, and he pushes the lane really well. So he can push the lane up and then just go farm his own jungle and get way ahead of the other mid lane. At number 4 we have Karthus. Karthus is amazing. The global pressure from his ultimate can turn a game by itself, just like Twisted Fate. Karthus is able to turn a even fight into a slaughterhouse. Karthus is just going to pick up all those kills with his ultimate. The AoE ult completely changes the game. He scales harder than any other mid laner, and he's a great farmer as well. He's able to just push up his lane like Zed and just go farm the jungle and get ahead of the other mid laner. At number 5 we have Ahri. She has amazing roam potential with her ult, similar to how Kassadin has that roam potential. She also has a strong laning phase with her CC kit and the range on her abilities to be able to farm at a safe distance. She's a very safe farmer, I would say, because she's very hard to gank when she has her ultimate as well. That's it for the mid tier 1. Going into mid tier 2, at number 1 we have Diana. She has a really strong laning phase with her W, her shield. She's able to win most 1v1s in lane. She can snowball really easily. If she gets ahead, if she gets a kill early, then she's just going to completely snowball the game. She can zone out your mid laner and then go gank bottom or go gank top and just completely carry the game. She has a very, very high potential to carry that said game. At number 2 comes in Ryze. Ryze has been dropping off the face of the earth a little bit, but he's still up here. He scales really hard into late game, and he's able to build defensive items for damage, so that kind of gives him a distinct advantage over the other mid laner because he's going to be able to get magic resist and other items that are going to be able to help him. The recent nerfs set him back, so he's not tier 1 anymore. He's not really able to keep up with the new roaming laners that have just become the new meta. Unless he's running with teleport, but then he's not as strong in lane because he doesn't have ignites, and he's kind of hard to farm with early on. So that's kind of why we're going to put him in the tier 2. He's still high up here. At number 3 we have Oriana. She is a super safe laner. She's very easy to farm with. She's hard to counter. Like, not a lot of other mid laners are going to be able to counter her. Her kit has strong CC, great damage, and utility late game. The issue with her, she doesn't roam very well without teleport, just like Ryze kind of, and her abilities are short range, so you kind of have to go all in with her, which is unfortunate. And she doesn't have a high potential to carry games. Even if you're getting a lot of kills in mid lane and you win your lane, it's still, you go to late game and you're not going to be able to carry games that hard. At number 4 we have Jace. Jace is someone that, like Ryze, he's been dropping a lot. He was probably really high on the tier 1 maybe a month ago, but he counters a lot of AP champs still. He scales really well into late game. He has potential to snowball games if he gets ahead. The nerfs hit him really hard with the item nerfs and the skill nerfs, and he's not able to roam as effectively as other AP champs, and I think that hurts him a little bit. At number 5 we have Lux. She has strong CC, utility with the shield. She has really strong wave clear. She is really good at following up on ganks with her CC and all the damage output. She's just a ton of burst damage. And the issue with her, though, is she doesn't have many escape mechanics, and she can get ganked pretty easily. And obviously she can get out roam because she has no movement speed, really. At number 6 we have Nitta Lee. This is the very bottom of the tier 2. She's almost a tier 3, but Nitta Lee just makes it into the tier 2 in my mind. She has a really strong laning phase with the traps, you're able to see if any other, you're able to like feel safe in lane because the other jungler's gonna have to like walk around your traps to kind of gank you. And once you hit 6, you have a ton of mobility around the map. In Cougar form and your W, you're able to jump around and just totally go around the map wherever you please. The potential to carry team fights and carry games with her spear. There's a ton of fights where Nitta Lee's team ends up losing it, and the other team wants to push onto a Baron or push onto some objective, and Nitta Lee's able to defend them off with just her spears alone. So that's what we talk about carrying games. That's the potential to carry games. The issue with her now is she's very team comp based. She needs a poke team comp, not an all-in team comp. If she doesn't thrive in those situations where she needs to go all in, she thrives where she can poke champions down and then they can initiate after they have an advantage. So that's kind of hard to count on in solo queue. But that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. That is the mid tier 1 and tier 2 for patch 3.10. Thanks, and don't forget to subscribe.
Where are we going? Hey, come back. Let's find some friends.